Hey everybody, this is Corey here with Emsley Technical Solutions. Here to show you some tips and tricks in Inventor utilizing VBA and some of the macros that you can use to take out and remove some menial tasks. So we're going to step into a model that I've been doing of a little gondola, a little meeting room gondola. Um, and you're going to find, and this model is only about 80% finished. I'm just using it to test some workflows here. But we're going to utilize it to show you guys some VBA scripts. So if we go to Tools, you're going to see these buttons here, Macros and VBA Editor within the default UI that comes with Inventor. When you click here on VBA Editor, mine jumps right into the VBA editor, but by default, Inventor 2023 does not include the VBA enabler. So you're going to have to go ahead and click that. It'll prompt you to a little page, download the enabler, and you'll be good to go. It seems that Inventor is pushing us towards the VB.NET scripting language or utilizing iLogic, which is another way of doing similar things with just without having to actually use coding language. And so I'm actually going to be trying to brush up on my VB.NET because it seems that they're going away from VBA, but there's still some cool things that you can do currently with the platform. So go to VBA Editor. We're going to go into Application Project, and you'll see these modules here. Application Project keeps them not local to the document itself. So we're going to step into this module. I have a little script here that I wrote in VBA that we're going to use today. This is a script I call solid naming aid, and it runs through an entire document and names all of the solids. And it also separates all of the lumpless solids out. It prompts the users for a job number, a unit number, and a starting part number with this tool called, where is it at? See, input box. That's what prompts the user right there. And then it goes through and it iterates all through all the parts and use those rules that you set up at the top to label lumpless solids and then label every other solid within the part. So it's super powerful and super simple. So we're going to go ahead and hit File, Save Application Project. We can go ahead and close this and close the VBA editor, which is the integrated development environment. Okay, so now we're back in the part. We have all of our solids here unnamed. And in a normal workflow, you'd get to this stage. Again, this is almost like 60% complete at this point, but you'd get to the stage where you're done modeling, and then you'd start labeling parts. You'd be like, okay, this door here is, part of job 1101 underscore it's door, or not door, you just call it unit A. Everything's going to be part of unit A gondola. And then we're going to call this part 1. And we'd have to go through and do that for every part in here. Again, some of them would be lumpless solids, like 13, 12, and 14. As I select them, nothing's lighting up because there's no longer any geometry associated with those. So when you go to push it to an assembly, you really want to have all of this labeled and clean so that your CNC processes down the line are looking at accurate part labels. But it's really tedious to do it yourself and manually. So we go up here and we're going to go back to Tools, and then instead of going to VBA editors, now you can just go to Macros. This prompt will come up like this. Go to Application Project, Solid Naming Aid, Run, or whatever script you put in here. It's going to prompt the user for a job number, 1101. It's going to prompt the user for a unit title. Let's call it Unit A Gondola. And it's going to prompt the user for a starting part number. So we're just going to call it part 1. And then I wrote a little note to an old friend. I like robots that are funny. But it's going to go through and it's going to label all of these parts for us, right? It separated those parts, those lumpless solids out, and gave them an iteration value. And it went through, and if it didn't have mass or volume associated with the part, it separated it for us so that we don't push that part through to the assembly space, right? So all these are labeled for us, and we're able to go right from here to the assembly space and start mapping materials and other data that we want to carry through in our assemblies and into our drawings. So it really speeds up the end process of your modeling. So there's a lot you can do with VBA scripts. There's a lot you can do with iLogic and VB.NET. And if you have any questions about these tools and you want to learn more, or look into how we might be able to build tools for your company, please reach out. We're always open to a conversation. All right, thanks for stopping in, guys. Take care.